You are live.
All right. How's it going? I am CHX42, and I'm here to do an all bosses run of the original Metroid for Nintendo. And I have Takate here with me today on commentary.
Welcome, everybody. I am Takata, and I will be commentating CHX's Metroid All Bosses run. This run, he is going to have to kill both of the mini-bosses, Ridley and Kraid, and he is actually going to do the Kraid first route, which is the more difficult but faster route on all bosses, as long as you get the Ice Beam, which he will be doing. There is an iceless version of this that Kraid first and Ridley first are about the same speed. But CHX holds the world record in all bosses. He holds the record in any percent, all bosses deathless, and any percent deathless. So you're watching the best of the best here. So CHX, I guess, take it away whenever you're ready.
All right. We're going to start here. I'm going to use the Zero Suit code today. It's just a cosmetic change to have the Zero Suit instead of the regular suit. And then, make sure we're here. Our timer's going to start when I say go. I'll give you 3, 2, 1, go. So 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, so CHX is first going to go to the left here and get the Morph Ball. That is going to be the main mechanic in this game. And that Morph Ball, if he presses down on the controller, will let Samus morph into a ball, funny enough. And that way she will be able to fit through tight spaces, as you see there. And that's also going to be the mechanic for doing some of these door glitches, so these door jumps or door wraps. So the way that that's going to happen is he's going to repeatedly press down and up on the controller. And by doing that, Samus will morph into a ball, then unmorph, as you see here. And every time she unmorphs, she ends up one tile higher, and that's how he glitches through these doors and through these walls. Ordinarily, he would need to go find the bombs and bomb his way into Kraid's lair, but he doesn't have to bomb his way into Kraid's lair. He can just do these glitches to get into Kraid's lair. So you saw one wrap. He's going to do 2 more sequences of wraps. These ones are going to have a little bit of off-screen movement. In the first one, he's going to do a left tap and then a full jump, and then he'll continue rapping, and it'll actually take him all the way around to the other side of the screen. And then the second set of raps, he's going to do even more complex movement off screen, which I'm not going to explain, but it is much more complex. So you see him going through and wrapping around to the other side of the screen, and he's going to be doing his third wrap, and that'll take him into Kraid's room. I do want to talk about the Kraid fight. Kraid will take 96 hits with his pea shooter here, just his basic gun. And he's also going to be using these unmorphs to actually fight Kraid. Kraid will have 3 spikes. And if you just shoot at Kraid, you're going to shoot into his spikes. So that's not going to do you any good. So you actually need to get some leverage, some height. And that's what these, the similar thing that he's doing to the door jumps, he's going to do these unmorphs to get over Kraid's spikes and shoot him in the head. And then he's going to charge into Kraid and try to kill him by charging into his body and damage boosting as well. So he is going in to fight Kraid, and he is going to grab the E-Tank first so he has enough energy to do the damage boosts. And once again, 96 hits to kill Kraid. Very tough fight here. So let's see how he does.
Subpixeled.
So he got some bad luck there. He got some very bad luck, subpixeled, and that's just unfortunate. But yeah, there's
nothing you can really do about that.
Yeah, nothing you can do about that. In this game, there are obviously pixels, but then there are things called subpixels as well, and there's like just a very small range of subpixels where he won't be able to fit into that E-Tank spot. So unfortunately, he got some bad luck with the subpixels there, which is super rare, but it does happen, and he'll have to try again. He'll get a different Kraid pattern than what he would have been expecting, but he's a pro. He'll be able to do it.
Gonna be fun.
That's right. So you guys get to see what happens in a live setting. That's tends to be you get the worst luck in live settings. CHX has done a couple other marathons recently, and later in the run you'll see you have to get some missiles, and he had to sit there and farm missiles for like a minute because he was getting the marathon luck. So unfortunately, he got the marathon luck here as well, but he's doing these repeated jumps up and down to scroll the screen so that he can get back into Kraid's lair, and he will try again. So we'll see how it goes, and hopefully he'll get better luck this time with the E-Tank.
All right.
So he's going to be opting for some safer strategies here because this is a pattern that's a little bit different than what he's used to. So it just throws off the rhythm a little bit. So he's not going to be damage boosting into Kraid. So that spot over there right next to the door is his safe spot. Especially with this Kraid pattern. He won't be able to get hit over there, so that's why you see him going over there. And each hit will do 20 damage to him. So, there we go.
Nerve-wracking,
He did it,
man.
It's super nerve-wracking when you get a pattern that you're not used to, it's the more difficult pattern for sure, but he did it, he pulled it off. So what he did there is he intentionally killed himself. He's using a second controller, and he's holding up and A on the second controller, and then pressing start on the first controller. That is an intentional death, and that takes you back to the beginning of the area you're in. So he did that twice to get back to the beginning of Brinstar. So really good job, Spy CHX, dealing with the bad marathon luck there, and getting on past Kraid. And that's really the key to this run. Everything from here on is pretty much a breeze. But there are some fun fast strats and things that we'll do later on. One of the things that's really important in this game is enemy manipulation. And so you're going to see some enemy manipulation on this climb here. And these little croissant-looking guys, they're called Rippers. They are actually linked together in memory slots, and there are 6 different memory slots, and so these little croissants are all linked together. So if the croissant is moving left when it leaves the screen, the next one will be moving left, and it's moving right when it leaves the screen, the next one will be moving right. So he wants these croissant guys to be moving left when he leaves the screen so that they're out of the way when he gets to the next one, and that way he's able to climb quickly with no hesitations. So there are other spots of enemy manipulation as well. I'll try to point them out if they come up, but yeah, so that's one of the main things in Metroid about routing this game is not only the door glitches and things like that, but also enemy manipulation. And then the third major thing is lag. So each sprite on the screen, each enemy, even Samus not being in a morph ball state, but being in a regular state, could introduce some extra lag. So one of the keys here is lag reduction for a really fast time. So very often he's going to blast as many enemies as possible to have as few amount of hitboxes and sprites on the screen so that the game doesn't have as much trouble processing things. So he's going to do another door wrap here. There is actually a faster version of this door wrap. It's called the TAS wrap. In the very first wrap in the game, there's also a TAS wrap as well, but he's just going to do the normal wrap here. The TAS wrap on this one would save half a second. On the beginning of the game, it saves like a second and a half. He's going to kill these little fly guys to reduce some lag. Once you see he kills those, then the lag is gone. So he's going to grab the ice beam, and after he grabs the ice beam, he will make his way over into Norfair and try to find Ridley. So he's going to be doing another interesting door glitch. This one is also pretty complex. It's got some off-screen movement, and he does have to be a little bit careful on it because if he goes a little bit too far in this door wrap, he could either A, soft lock, or B, just go into a place he doesn't want to go. So he'll be a little careful here. And there's also some enemy manipulation here. He's trying to get that croissant-looking guy going to the right because that'll get some enemies out of his way in a room coming up. So not only is he door wrapping, not only is he moving off screen, but he's also doing enemy manipulation all at once. So it's a really complex little sequence of movements there, but he did it perfectly, no problem there. And he is now in Norfair trying to figure out where the heck Ridley is. So you see in this room here, he's got these little electric little looking white and blue bugger thingies. The reason he was waiting on that croissant was so that they moved to the right and out of his way. If they were moving to the left, they'd be coming at him, and then he'd have to slow down or kill them and things like that. So that little purple thing that just jumped all the way to the ceiling, that signifies that he's going to have a bad Ridley pattern. And so Ridley... just like everybody else, Ridley and Kraid's patterns are linked to all the other enemies in the game. So he's going to have a bad Ridley pattern. CHX, you planning on up and A-ing for the Ridley pattern?
Yeah, manipulate that.
Cool. So CHX is going to, when he gets into the next area, he's going to do an up and A to manipulate the pattern and hopefully get a better Ridley pattern. Usually it alternates. Every once in a while, I've had it not alternate, but he's going to try to manipulate a better Ridley pattern for himself by doing up and A, and that would only cost him about 4 seconds, so it's not too much of a time loss at all to do an extra intentional death. The other thing here is he wants those purple swooper guys to also be moving off of the screen in a certain direction because they're going to be linked to what's called the ballroom. But of course, if he's doing the up and A, he's also going to maybe potentially change the ballroom patterns. So he'll just have to react and see what he gets. He'll be able to tell by some of the other enemies in the upcoming rooms. So right there, he intentionally killed himself. It is faster to just wait for that elevator to go down and continue because we have Samus respawning here and stuff. But this up and A will change the pattern, so he'll hopefully get a better Ridley pattern. So he's had a little bit of bad luck in this run with the bad Ridley pattern, with the bad subpixels, but he's doing really, really, really well, all things considered. So this is one of the key rooms in the speedrun where you're going to want to reduce lag. All of these purple guys swooping around and the bugs and things like that. And even the door itself, these blue doors, are just extra things on the screen that won't reduce lag. So, or that, if they're off the screen, will reduce lag. So he's got the interesting ball pattern here. The balls are actually going to be coming toward him. Normally they just go away from him. So he's going to have to use extra missiles to clear them out, but no problems right now for CHX. He's a pro at this.
Do we have time for a quick donation?
Absolutely.
Well, I got a couple here, but I'll just do one now. I got a leftover dad joke from the last run. So TRS Crazy P sent in another $5 and said, a ham sandwich walks into a bar and orders a beer. The bartender says, sorry, we don't serve food here.
All right, so this is the room before Ridley's room, and you guys are gonna have to see how crazy difficult this Ridley fight is. It's so incredibly hard. You guys might want to hold your breath for this one as well. Look how difficult this fight is. I mean, Ridley is so threatening. Shooting all of those fireballs just straight over his head. And there's the Ridley fight. Super difficult, right? As I told you.
And that worked, so we got the good pattern.
Yeah, so that up and A gave him the good pattern. That's the pattern he wanted, so he could just stand right next to Ridley and blast him with missiles. And one of the cool things about this game is if you hold the B button, you will repeatedly fire shots, but every time while you're holding the B button, if you press another button, you'll fire extra shots. So what he was doing there is he was holding B, and he was mashing select and sometimes even left or down, depending on if he was jumping or not, to get as many shots as he could as fast as possible. And he was doing the same thing with Kraid as well. But really, it's got applications in multiple spots. Kraid and Ridley were being the two prominent places, but it can have some applications in other areas as well that are a little bit more subtle. But so these screes here, he's just gonna kill, and I think he's. Are you getting the missile or the E-tank here? Yeah, he is. So this is just an extra safety E-tank that he's grabbing here, and then he will make his way.
On this run, we need to hit that safety.
Yeah, exactly. So he will make his way up to Torian, and he's gonna have to do this blue climb once again. And again, same enemy manipulation stuff. So. Same enemy manipulation stuff. It's just a longer climb because he's going all the way up to the top instead of halfway up this climb. And then he's going to head over to Torian, and I think we're going to get a little swag in this run. Normally, to get into Torian, you need to shoot both of the statues, the created Ridley statues. That's why this is the all bosses category, because shooting both of the statues will reveal a bridge that will take him across to Torian. But I think he's going to go for the swag bridge skip, so you guys will get to see a little bit of fun here. So, yeah, that's what he's going to be going for, is a little bit of swag, and he's got plenty of health to be able to do that.
That's why we grab it.
So the bridge skip was actually one of the earliest known glitches in all of Nintendo. It was actually written about in Nintendo Magazine, and so what he's doing here is he's trying to lure this bug into the next room, so that way he can freeze it and just get across without even needing the bridge. And beautifully done. First try, no problem. And that's the trick you need to do for any percent, because you only kill one of the mini-bosses. You do have to do that for any percent. You have to somehow get across the bridge. There are multiple ways to do it. That's the fastest way, and he nailed it first try. So what he's doing now is he's grouping these Metroids together, and that'll help him get missiles and health. The Metroids will drop missiles every 4th frame, so there's a 25% chance of missiles and a 75% chance of health. So if he groups them together and then shoots them so that he kills them one at a time, it'll give him multiple chances to get missiles instead of killing them both at the same time. So he needs at least 73 missiles for the Mother Brain fight. There are 8 Zebtites, and 5 Zebtites, and each Zebtite takes 8 hits. So that's 40 if you do the math there. And then Mother Brain Glass takes 1 hit, and then Mother Brain herself takes 32 hits. So you need 73 missiles at least. And so he's got plenty of missiles to be able to take on Mother Brain here. The All Bosses category is a little bit nicer because you have 75 missiles you get from Kraid, 75 missiles you get from Ridley, so farming doesn't come into play as much here, but he's just going to make sure he's full up on health and has plenty of missiles. And
we have to do that double Mother Brain kill, so I need to get extra missiles for this.
Yeah, exactly. So he's going to go for something also swaggy, more swag, the double Mother Brain kill. So he's making sure he's stocking up on missiles and health to be able to do that.
I do just want to quickly mention that was a donation incentive, so thank you so much for the donations that unlocked that double Mother Brain kill incentive.
We're good to do it, so let's go.
All right, he's going to fight Mother Brain, and watch the master at work. So those Zebtites, like I said, they take 8 hits, but you want to keep shooting them quickly because they will regenerate back up to 7 hit points if you don't keep shooting them quickly. So that's the key to what he's doing here.
So let's set up for this double kill. Alright, so when you want to do this double kill, you kill Mother Brain and you just go backwards. And you can glitch the game out, and this is an awesome one. Because now the game is all sorts of messed up. And then yeah, sometimes it does weird stuff like that. And now we can go back and do the fight again. It just resets. Sometimes it resets it so 1 missile will kill Mother Brain, and sometimes you have to do it where 30 missiles or 32 missiles will kill her again. So we're going to find out.
Nobody knows.
So yeah, we're going to have to do the whole fight again. And it's like less laggy a little bit because there's like nothing, no music or anything. It's really weird. But there you go. That's double Mother Brain kill.
So he just beat Mother Brain twice, and now he's doing the escape. And this guy is the best in the world at the escape as well. So he's doing these little corner jumps, which are almost task-like. And he has the fastest escape in the world. So yeah, just watch him escape.
And that's time.
Alrighty. So that is
GG's.
the Metroid All Bosses run, 1909, with some bad luck in there, a double Mother Brain kill in there, so really good run. The world record is like
1337.
37, and that's with iceless, so that saves a bunch of time. So the ice world record is 1414 by Metroid McFly, so CHX, you're gonna have to beat that at some point. But so this is a 19-minute run with a bunch of bad luck and a double Mother Brain kill, so that's really good for a marathon. Nicely done, CHX.
Thanks a lot, and thanks for letting me be part of this. It was really cool, and there's going to be a lot more cool Metroid coming up, so stay tuned.